What's up, guys? This is Brian J's Nerd Talk, and oh my goodness, the third episode of House of the Dragon is the best episode so far. The directing, the writing is great, the action was great, the battle at the Stepstones was great, and this is a spoiler review. And it was a lot of great stuff. Rhaenyra is being offered marriage proposals by Jason Lannister and a couple others, and it annoys the shit out of her, and rightfully so, because she's heir to the Iron Throne. And luckily, Viserys, he calms her down by the end of the episode by telling her she can marry whoever she wants. But he really is being advised for her to marry and allegiances. Otto Hightower tells Viserys to marry her off to Aegon Targaryen, her half-brother, but he's like 2 years old, so he's not going to be able to really marry her or do anything until he's like 16, 17 years old. So that's like 15 years down the road, so she's not going to agree to that. But Jason Lannister offered, and but also Strong, who's on the High Council, the father Strong, offered Laenor Velaryon to Rhaenyra. He told the king Viserys that she could marry Laenor Velaryon since he has pure Valyrian blood and it would be a great match. But we'll see where that goes. I kind of have an idea where that's going to go in episode 4 and 5, but whatever. Anyways, the Battle of the Stepstones was great. It was so great to see that battle come to life because that's one of my favorite moments in the book, Fire and Blood. And seeing that being adapted and being brought to life in such a great and intense kind of way was great. The fight with Daemon, and he was killing everything. You can see he's such a great sword fighter. And Laenor Velaryon got to use his dragon, who's all in white. I forgot the name of his dragon, but that was a great scene. That was awesome, the way he saved Daemon in the end, and they kill all the Crab Feeder's men, and then Daemon kills the Crab Feeder. It would have been cool to see him and the Crab Feeder have the fight scene and then kill him, because in the book, it's described that he fights him and he chops off his head, but in the show, he chops off his head, but also like half of his chest with his arm, so it's a little bit more gruesome. But I wish they actually showed that fight scene. That would have been great. Other than that, this was a fantastic episode. It's the best episode so far. I give it a 10 out of 10. I give the first episode a 10 out of 10. I give the second episode an 8.5. And I give this episode a 10 out of 10. It makes all three episodes, the beginning, such a great beginning. And it was such a great battle. Seeing it be done in such a way. And it's not a lot of close-ups either, like what was done in the other battles in Game of Thrones, where Dave and Dan were so obsessed with close-ups and faces and stuff. Not with this episode. This episode, it was like you saw close-ups, but you saw a lot of long widescreen type of shots, a lot of big shots taken from afar. So this was great. Fantastic episode. This has been the best new show of the year so far. I also think it's better than Rings of Power. It's certainly a greater adaptation of the source material, Fire and Blood, than Rings of Power is of the Silmarillion and Tolkien's works. So, but overall, this is my spoiler review. It's not a long review of House of the Dragon, episode 3. Great episode. I'm loving it. Ryan Condal, Miguel Sapochnik. You guys are doing a fantastic job. And this is Brian J's Nerd Talk. I'll talk to you guys later.